So recently I fell in love with a new way of creating content where I can verbalize my thoughts, have it converted into text, which allows me to create a lot of content in a very short period of time. So if you're a productivity freak like myself and you want to 2 times 10x your output, this video might be for you. And the best part of it is I'm using Google Docs over here, which is completely free to access for any one of us. You just need to create a Google account if you don't already have that. You just go to docs.google.com and you can literally create a new document just like this, totally for free, without relying on subscriptions, without relying on buying Microsoft Office at all. What is different over here is there's this function on Google Documents itself called Google Voice Typing. And the way you're going to activate this is by going under Tools and click on Voice Typing. So once you're at Voice Typing, you will notice that yes, there is this button that pops out, which obviously means that you need to have a microphone connected to this. So ideally, you want to find yourself in a place where it's not that noisy. So this technique obviously is not going to work very well if you are out there outdoors working, or you're in a place where it's very noisy with all the kids running around and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty tough. But that works for me because when I create content, usually it's after me sending my son to school and I've got peace at home. So you will notice over here, by the way, I almost forgot to say this. You can, if you're an English speaker, you can change this to English US or English UK. I tried both and they're pretty accurate, even with my Asian accent. Of course, you can go and choose a lot of other languages. You can see literally the whole list goes on and on and on. And within English itself, there are already a few different types. You just go test it out. The one that can capture your accent the best is obviously the one that you're going to use. So in the past, here's how I would use voice detection services like even Dragon Naturally Speaking, which is a paid software. So I would do this and I will start talking. And as I'm talking, I will have to say comma, full stop, exclamation marks. So here's how the whole thing would look like. Full stop. Hi, comma, in this video, comma, I'm going to share with you how do you go about creating content in the shortest time possible, full stop. That's what I used to have to do. Now, I found out a faster way to do this. In the past, when I'm using detection services, the moment I were to, let's say, I enable it and I start talking, it transcribes, right? But the moment I use my mouse or I use my keyboard to start typing, many of these detection services will just stop. And then I end up having to click the button again, and I need to edit it, So that's the part where I found that with Google Documents, it's pretty awesome. So let's start all over. So I go to a new paragraph over here, and let's say I want to start talking. So I would say this, okay? So hi, in this video, comma, I'm going to show you how I want to create this text without having to say commas, full stops, and all these punctuation marks. So what I want to do over here is to just keep talking and talking and talking because that's where my ideas will flow very well. So let's say I made a mistake over here, right? Or I wanted to add some emphasis. I want to edit the text that's already done. Here's literally what you can do. You can tell Google Voice that you want to bold a certain text, you want to italic certain text and stuff like that. And it's pretty awesome. So take, for example, I want this to bold, right? So I'm going to select this. Obviously, I will have continued to leave the microphone turned on. So here's what I'm going to do. Italics, bolded. The problem over here is this. I have to say bolded because when I say bold, maybe because of my accent, I don't know, or my microphone, I don't know. It literally types out, the bowl that we eat food. So I have to say bolded. And then that's when Google finally understand, okay, you want me to bold the text. That might be the trick that you want to use for yourself as well if they couldn't capture your action to bold it. So as I'm talking, they misspelled commas. So what I can do is I can literally select the text, this one, and I can edit it along the way. And I can continue talking over here. It's pretty awesome, right? So I can edit it without the detection service like getting stopped halfway, midway. I will literally leave my microphone on all the time. So of course, you will end up with this very huge gibberish text that if you don't say comma, full stop, exclamation marks, you have this very long gibberish text, right? So here's what I'm going to do to clear this up. Let's take a look. And I'm going to take this entire part over here as an example. And now I'm going to use my trusty AI assistant known as ChatGPT. So I will literally copy and I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll paste it over here. right? But before I just hit on enter, because that doesn't mean anything to ChatGPT, I will literally copy and paste this command. You can either type it out or I'll leave it at the bottom and the description of this video, make it easier for you to copy and paste as well. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this over here. So I'm just going to hit the enter button. Let's take a look at the output. So ChatGPT will work its magic. And here's what happens. ChatGPT will literally take my long gibberish text, help me add in all the punctuations, clear up any spelling mistakes if there is. It makes it a lot easier for me to go and edit this text, remove all these other parts where, let's say, I've added in some words like R, E, R, or A that doesn't make sense over there. I can then edit it on my own. But even purely by doing this, although it's not the most streamlined process, I hope you can see that this is already very time saving. So especially for those of us who are coaches, trainers, consultants, and you're used to talking to people, this would have easily 2x your productivity, your output. This is the technique that I'm now using over here. Let me know what you think and whether this tip has really helped you. If it did, please click on the like button at the bottom of this video. And that will also serve as a bookmark function so that you can go back to your history, you can go back to your liked videos in YouTube, and you can find it a lot easier as well. And obviously, for those of you who are really serious in starting a digital business over here, and you want to be able to own a very profitable information business, I strongly suggest you to go to my website, dominictay.com, to get the course that I have created just for you. That's totally free, on talking about how I went from zero to creating a 7-figure information business. If you like, you can also subscribe over here. And obviously, you can also check out my next video over here that can help you to kickstart your digital business as well. So see you in the next video.